Well, what do you do on a Saturday in December? First off, you got to look at this right here. Yep, you guessed it. It's ice. I am after the biggest bass of my life here at the land of the giants, also known as Greenbo Lake in Kentucky. This place absolutely has some monstrosities of bass in them. I'm sure you guys saw last year a video out here in the spring. I was out here doing the same thing, trying to absolutely just lean into a giant. My personal best right now is 6 pounds 8 ounces. That's this fish right here. Caught it this past spring in Falls Lake in North Carolina. Now, you're probably thinking, Tyler, you fish all of the flipping time. How is your PB only, 6.5 pounds? Well, to be honest with you, I live in the armpit of America for bass fishing, and there's not the opportunities to catch those big giant bass like they are around here. So I'm hoping that this year is a new chance to kind of become, better at harvesting bass, smaller bass that fit in those slot limits and things, to try to help build a giant bag of bass in lakes around here. Now, do I believe it's going to happen here? Probably not. Greenbo. Matter of fact, I think the state record bass was caught out of this lake like two years in a row. It's pretty crazy. I don't know all the information about it, but it did have I still don't know if it's the state record bass or not, to be honest with you. I haven't done any research, but we're here after an absolute swamp donkey. It is going to be a tough day. I'm going to tell you, I'm going to be live scoping a little bit. I'm going to be, scanning some things. I'm going to have my hummingbirds going. You can idle this lake. You can't, run it, obviously, because it's a really small lake, to be honest with you. But having the ability to idle the lake is really big and really helpful, because I'm going to drop my boat in. I'm going to idle, and I'm going to find some of these high percentage spots that I feel like fish probably are going to be on in this year, or this time of year. Again, it's December, really close to Christmas here. Decent day. It's still 35, 36 degrees outside right now. It's supposed to get to 50 this afternoon. It's about 11 o'clock right now, 11:15. So I think it's going to keep getting warmer and warmer as we go. But again, this episode could, produce nothing. That's just the way that it goes. This place is either feast or famine. You're either going to catch an absolute monster or nothing at all. I was passing lakes coming out through here that were frozen over, like farm ponds and stuff. So it's been cold here. We haven't had any big snows here. We've had a dusting here or there, but I'm going to drop the old Stratus in the water here at Greenbo, and I'm going to try my best to catch some fish today for y'all. But my goal today is to look for high percentage spots that could potentially hold one of these absolute monster bass. They stock trout in this lake. I feel like these fish eat the trout, and that's why it makes them so big. I'm going to get my live scope stuff set up, get all of my graphs uncovered, unhitch my boat, or not unhitch it, obviously, just take it off the strap, drop it in, and see if we can't go out and catch a PB. So my goal for this winter is to catch a PB here locally. It's going to be tough, but today, day one at Greenbo, could be that day. Doubting it, we have the chance. Let's check her out, boys. One of the few downfalls fishing by yourself, having to put your boat in by yourself, but hey, we'll take it. Water clarity is pretty daggone clear, which Listen, this time of year, don't really get the opportunity to fish at all, let alone clear water. So it also is one of the reasons this place fish is so daggone tough, is because you'll probably be able to see it when I walk over here next to my truck. We're in December. We've had a ton of rain lately, and the water is still gin clear, as you can see there. Got some grass still alive in here. Should be able to see my boat trailer there. You can see how clear the water is. So that's one of the reasons that it makes this place so tough to fish, is because the water stays so clear. Have a lot of stuff to eat, but it has some absolute hammers in it. I got some things I'm gonna be throwing around, including, so a fella that I met through my channel asked me a couple months ago where you should put in at Falls Lake, and I told him where I put in and how not to jack your lower unit up. There's Brad Lilly, and sent me this super nice note and some crawls here to try out. So he recommends a 4/0 EWG with a 3/16 ounce weight. I hardly ever throw an EWG. Matter of fact, never. And today is not going to be any different. But I do like to throw the old 3/16 ounce weight. So Brad, if you're watching this out there, buddy, we're about fixing to go find out if your crawls are going to catch them today. Brought out the old Solar Bat FL1s for today. I like these when it's cold in the wintertime. They cover more of your face. These do float. These things are dirty as all get out. I'm gonna have to get the old screen swipes out, clean these in my graph screens. I'm gonna try to show you guys best I can today. And again, this may be an episode where we don't catch squat. It beats the heck out of being at the house on the couch. So let's do some graphing, see what we can't find out. Have the opportunity to catch fish of a lifetime out here. So great thing about fishing in the wintertime, I got the entire lake to myself. Okay, so it's gonna be very tough to show you guys a lot of stuff here today. I absolutely hate the fact of the iPhone looking through the Humminbird here, because you can see the screen refresh, which is okay. We're going to hit the old side and down scan here. I mean, look at all the grass still underneath us. Apparently I don't have the water temp set up on this graph screen. Apparently it's not picking it up at all right now, so I have to figure out why that is in a minute. I'll tell you what the water temperature is in just a second. Again, I'm graphing out through here. I have my left and right out to 100 foot. Rumor is right out here on the front of this fishing pier, there's a big giant brush pile. We're fixing to find out. Just chock full of grass in here still. You can see it. It's everywhere. Look here on the down. I mean, it's still growing strong. There we go. Water temperature 47.8. Definitely going to be staying in the sun today. And again, Greenbo is not very big. If we look here at the size of it on the map, you can see I've been here before, but it's not very big. You know, it's amazing that this fishery has as many giant fish in it as it does. But again, I'm going to spend a little bit of time here diving through. Not a fan of this grass, to be honest with you. I think that's why they can bury up in this stuff in the wintertime and you just don't see them. 47-degree water temperature is cold. I'm definitely going to have to slow down my retrieve. Looks like I'll be dropping the old sonar minnow on some bass if I can find them. Again, water temperature 47.8. Air temperature is way less than that. It's about 37 degrees probably. But just still seeing a ton of grass on the graph. And again, I've been told, I don't know much about this lake to be honest with you, but I've been told that right outside, right out from this pier that you see right there, which is a fishing pier for kids and less fortunate folks, somewhere out here, there's a big brush pile. And if there's one to be seen, we'll see it here on the Hummingbird. I don't like the depth here. Oh, there's a brush pile right here in front of me. I'm getting ready to run over it. So you can see right there, probably a Christmas tree. That is probably the brush pile that they're talking about right there. Not liking the grass. Now we're getting out of some of that grass. You can see here, getting some hard bottom where that grass just shuts off. Probably dying, getting deeper. We're 16 foot right now. So I'm going to do some scanning here. If I find something that interests me, I'll show it to you guys. Quick update here. Still going back in here, but my graph has had time, or my transducer back there, to see the actual water temperature, which is 53 degrees. I am definitely not mad at that. That is classic, man. 53 degrees. You might even get a fish that hit top water in the right situation. Again, I apologize for the screen refresh right there. There's nothing I can do about that. But I'm still kind of hunting and searching. I don't feel like these fish are going to be right up on the bank. There's a couple rocks out here. I'm going to mark those. I feel like this lake is going to take, it's just going to take finding something different that nobody fishes. So here's some bait fish right here, out here to the right. Hopefully you guys can see that. Yeah, you guys can see it in the shadow. There's some bait fish there, which is great. I'm going to be, later on in the day when it gets a little bit warmer, I'm going to definitely be searching those bait balls out to see if I can find fish that are chasing those things. Again, I'm not mad at that 50, almost, a little over 53 degree water temperature. Got a little bait fish here. Looks like we might even have a couple small fish there. You can see here, there's definitely some shadows here. Those are definitely fish. So we're going to save those a little bit so we can come back and check it out. And again, what I'm doing right now is I'm just trying to learn this lake a little bit, because I've only been here a couple times in my life and I've never had success here. So I'm trying to use my, I have really expensive electronics on this boat, and it would be dumb to have them and not use them. So again, I'm going to dive through here. If I see something really intriguing, I'll pull out the camera and show you guys that as well. All right, there's no sense in trying to spend a bunch of time here looking for fish. I don't have a ton of time today to fish, so I'm gonna just put my trolling motor in the water. And again, got this chesty on with the hopes that you guys can see. I'm gonna try to put this down this way a little bit so you guys can see what I'm seeing on live scope, because I feel like that's part of the problem when you're fishing, or when you're watching fishing, people live scoping all the time. You just can't see what's going on. And I apologize that I wish I would have went with the more expensive Garmin that would allow me to put my screen on my phone, but I did not. So that's on me. I cheaped out, and I should have went that way, because I'm all about trying to teach you guys how to fish, and right now it's tough for me to do that. You guys have seen me throw the new Zoom Verno 95 SP. I think I'm going to throw this macchiato right here. I had a couple of these things. Actually, I had one of them, and caught the fire out of fish at Greenbo Lake the other day, and was down in I was down in Cumberland the other day, and I was throwing it around, got into a big giant school of striper, and bit me off. See you later. So I was able to pick a couple more up off Drew. This is a World Minnow 115. These Zoom Vernos, man, I absolutely freaking love the size of these things. These are 95 SPs. They have flash boost technology, which, if you don't know what that is, actually you can probably see it better in this. You can see the piece of foil in there still quivering when the bait stops. That's a really handy piece of high-end bait making technology there from Shimano. And it also has Jet Boost, which is their weight transfer system, so it'll cast farther. Again, it's a lot smaller jerk bait than they're normally making, from the 115 size to a 95. Now, just to give you an idea what the difference is from the World Minnow, this is the World Minnow here, and then here's a Zoom Verno. So it's about an inch shorter, which I absolutely love. I'm going to keep that. Again, this is the macchiato collar. Reason I'm throwing this one, guys, this looks similar to a trout. I told you that they stop trout in here every year. Causes these fish to eat the trout and get very, very big. So, well, if I could tie a knot, my hands, all right, my hands are actually not cold. I got my gloves in my pocket. I'm not going to need them, I hope. It's supposed to get warmer today. Zoom Verno macchiato collar. Be throwing it around. I got a jig tied on up there. It's a Picasso jig. That big black spot right there on my carpet, I'm sure you can see that. It's freaking sunscreen. Absolutely blows my mind. I had sunscreen laying here on the deck of my boat, and the boat up in my garage got hot over the summer and freaking exploded my sunscreen. It got all over my boat deck. Talk about freaking disheartened. Absolutely blew my mind. Let's see. Couple sonar minnows here. One's a 1/8 ounce, one's a 1/4 ounce here. Got the Rapala mooch minnow here. Throwing the Berkeley drip swimmer here. I mean, look at that thing. Holy crap. Well, boys, girls, whoever's out there watching, let's get after it. I'm gonna throw the jerk bait around first. I like the 50-degree water temperature. That's a good sign right there, boys. That is not a giant, but I'm telling you what, that is a good start to the day, boys, on the freaking macchiato Zoom Verno. We get hooked here. That's what I'm talking about, boys. Right here in the timber. So I'm gonna tell you, first and foremost, this freaking Zoom Verno catches some fish. Proof's in the pudding right here. You can see probably a 3-pounder. I'm gonna measure him up, weigh him up, but you can't beat that. I'm telling you, this Zoom Verno catches them, boys. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, big eyed him. He's 2 pounds, 3 ounces, but I'll take it. Got some timber here. There's a big giant school of crappie right here on this point. Bass might have been up here trying to munch on them. But the great thing about this Zoom Verno is you can see over here there's a bunch of timber. Well, this jerkbait only runs about 4 foot deep, so you can actually get it over top of that stuff fairly easy. And the great thing about it is if you don't get it over there at 4 foot deep, you can normally get your bait back. There's another one, boys. It might be a jerkbait kind of day. He's not even a big one, but boys, that's what I'm talking about. Come on, bud, I'm gonna let you go. Give me 1 second. I know. Now I'm definitely gonna get hooked with this dude. I got you. Zoom Verno, boys. By the way, you guys heard me say it on the last video. You can grab these things at Borders. Last time I was over there, they were about sold out. Talk to Brad, have him order some more because they catch them. I can speak for the macchiato now, and I can also speak for the one that you're seeing down here underneath this fish, which is the Pro Matte Blue, or Matte Pro Blue, whatever it is. Man, this thing has got this dude, I mean, got him hooked all over the place. Oh my God, boys. I just had an absolute hammer hooked. I mean, a freaking giant. That is good news though, fellas. I fished 30 feet and caught a 2.5 pounder, caught another 1 pounder, and I just got hit by a freaking big one. I set the hook, he made one pull and gone. That's all right, fellas. Can't catch them all. But man, this jerkbait is, I'm gonna lock this thing in my hand a while, see what happens. Big giant school of fish out here in front of me. I think they're crappie. There's too many of them in one school. For it to be a bass, there's something there in the center of that school. Looks a lot bigger. That's my jerkbait above me. Maybe you can see it down there. I don't know if you can or not, but they're not interested in my jerkbait. Those are definitely crappie. I had it in my mind to come out here, and if I didn't get bit on something moving and I couldn't catch any bass, I was going to go crappie fishing. And I could be barking up the wrong tree here when I say this, because I might not catch another fish. But I've literally fished 50 feet, 100 feet maybe, caught 2, and just had an absolute big and hooked. So I'm hoping that there's no no crappie fishing in my future today anyway. I don't know, I must have grabbed the wrong temperature sensor back there or something, because it's definitely off back there by 5 degrees. 45.7 back in here, so it wasn't 53, it's 47, which I'm okay with too, but man, 53 would have been sweet. Caught those fish out there on that point. I haven't fished a ton around through here, but something's different. I don't know what it was. Maybe they're all stacked out on points, but I had 3 bites, bam bam bam, right back there, and then nothing. I'm seeing all these big giant balls of bait or fish. I just gotta think that those are crappie. Brush piles right here. I keep thinking they're fresh Christmas trees. They have to be last year's Christmas tree. It's not even Christmas yet. So It's weird. Maybe it's shrubs that they cut around. It's definitely placed out here by the DNR, I'm sure of it. Fished all this all the way down through there, right out there on that point, way out there. Like the first 3 casts of today, I caught 2 bass and hooked a big one, and now I haven't had a sniff. So I'm trying to figure out what's changed. Water temperature again is 7 degrees colder than I thought it was. For some reason my back graph is reading weird. But maybe they're not back in this. I'm kind of up this little creek arm. Maybe they're out here on the main lake on these points. There was some timber out there on that thing, but I've been fishing timber this whole time. I've been changing the cadence of my jerk bait here, and I get in this really bad habit of catching a fish and then locking a bait in my hands all day. And that is not a way to be, but it's hard not to in my area, especially as I mentioned in the beginning of the show. I live in the armpit of America for bass fishing, so normally if you find something that works, you stick with it. But I don't understand why those 2 fish or 3 fish up there on that point decided they wanted to eat this jerk bait, and now I can't get any more right back there. I don't know, I stopped the camera. I don't know if you guys could saw it or not, or could see it or not. I'm not sure if you could, but if you can, it's on the video. I had a little teeny tiny, probably 10-inch bass chase this jerk bait as I was reeling the fire out of it to come back in for another cast. So there's a potential that I'm moving this thing too slow, but at 45-degree water temperature, I don't think that's the problem. Maybe this zoom verner is just not getting down far enough to them, or maybe, as I mentioned a second ago, maybe they're just not up in this creek channel, which very well possibly could be, because obviously it's winter time. They're gonna be stacked up somewhere, hoping to find them. There's another one, boys. Getting closer out to this point, and it is not a giant. He's not even a keeper. He's got to be 15 inches here in Kentucky. But look, if you notice that right over there is where I caught that one fish. Right here's another fish from this point. I just don't think they're back in this cove, or I don't think they're back in these creeks, which is good news, because I'll beat this freaking main lake up until it gets dark. I'm not scared of that. The sun coming back out again, maybe that will make a difference. It was getting a little chilly a second ago. Had to put my toboggan back on. That sun out, it is super nice. Maybe that's the difference. The sun was blaring when I caught those fish over there earlier. Maybe they're just not seeing this bait as well. I mean, I love the water quality, or the water clarity right now for December. If you can see, hopefully you guys can see this. I got probably solid 3 foot of visibility. Probably less than that when you get below the surface. Water's got a weird tint to it, very green colored. Again, normally the lake out here is gin clear. I'm talking like 20 foot visibility. It's nuts. And that's why it's so daggone tough to catch fish in this lake in the summertime, because you have to throw live bait at them, big shad or something, and they'll eat it then. But very rarely can you trick one to eat if the water is super clear. So we have a little bit of an advantage today for sure. I've been scoping around and I'm not seeing many fish out here in the open water. I've been seeing some bait fish bust out here, so something's chasing them. Maybe I'm doing the stereotypical bass fishing thing and just beating the banks up when I should be out here in the main channel of this lake. But again, I know nothing about this lake. This is only about the third time I've been here. I've had a way better day so far than I ever have out here. That's why I can't put this jerkbait down. And you may be thinking to yourself, 3 fish? Come on, Waller. That's not a good day. And you are right in most places. But Greenbo here, again, fish is extremely tough. And I don't, you know, I don't think it gets super pressured because people know it's super tough to catch fish out here. You do have a couple tournaments out here a year, but it's not like Yatesville or Grayson. It just gets absolutely pummeled. I am not mad at the day I've had so far. See if I can't catch a couple more. Again, my idea here is to catch an absolute giant. And so far, it's been pretty elusive. And again, those 3 fish that you saw so far on this video could be the last 3 that we catch all day. You know, that's this place. It's not a place where you're gonna come out and catch 50 bass a day. So I've been told. Obviously, I've only been here 3 times, so maybe that's a fallacy. Maybe you can come out here and catch 50 bass, but I don't think that's the truth. Inferno, boys, catches the fish. I'm telling you. Freaking, this is a macchiato collar. He's not even a keeper. That's 4 fish, and I hooked a big one around there. I'll take her today, boys. Greenbo in December. That's what I'm talking about. Check out these crawls that Brad sent. Pretty sweet looking jewels right there, man. Got a nice body to it. Don't feel like they're eating that jerkbait real well yet or today. They've ate it pretty good, but the definition of insanity is doing the exact same thing, expecting different results. He freaking slacklined that one, boys. That's how I felt it hit. It went all the way through my rod. Little freaking dink, but man. Proof's in the pudding, boys. They will eat the Zoom Verno. I know, you're probably thinking, Tyler, why do you keep throwing the Zoom Verno? Well, because I'm freaking catching them, boys. I'm telling you, this time of year, jerkbait is where it is at. He hammered that one, man. I felt it all the, I had my line slacked, and he still hammered it where I could feel it through my reel. This is a big one, boys. This is a big one. Hooked. He ain't PB style, but he's a good one. I got him. He missed it. a whole lot bigger than he was. Had him hooked weird. Listen, folks, good hooks on that bait right there. That's why you come out here in the wintertime. It's not really even wintertime yet. Throw in a jerk bait here at Greenbo. This is fish number 6 for the day. I'll take her, boys. I will take her. Looks like another good one. Found out. Oh, yeah, boys. That's what we're after right here. It's not PB style again, but good fish for sure. Oh, get in there. Oh, man. Dude's got a face full of Zoom Verno. What I'm talking about right there, boys. Right here on these points. That's awesome. GoPro.
About to lose light, aren't we?
Yeah.
Are you on another line?
Yes, sir.
I'm a subscriber. That's awesome.
You got a YouTube channel too, right?
I do, yeah.
I figured it. I
I
figured
heard
that
you
was
say
you.
GoPro take a picture. I thought, I wonder if that's that.
Yeah.
I saw you catch that one.
I've had, man, to be honest with you, I've had a really good day today. I've caught 8.
Really?
Yeah, I've caught 8 today.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see the video because I'm just fishing for trout.
Yeah. I saw a big one just jump out there about 10 minutes ago, but
Yeah, I just caught my biggest one ever just a minute ago. I've only caught a couple today, but yeah, I heard you say GoPro take a picture. I thought, I wonder if that. What's your name? I'm sorry.
Tyler.
Tyler. That's I'm Andy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome, dude.
It's cool. I figured it was we would be the only ones stupid enough out here talking to cameras as cold as it is.
I will fish because they put these trout. I fish here till January till it freezes over.
Yeah, I fish pretty much all year round somewhere. Yatesville, Grayson, somewhere where I can get my boat in. But
yeah, I
don't come out here much. I know there's some freaking giants in here, but I just for some reason forget all about it. But I've caught I probably got 12 to 14 pounds in my best 5.
Wow. I have to wonder if you ever throw a trout swim bait because there's got to be some huge.
Yeah, so this jerk bait I'm throwing is kind of trout collared, but
is it?
A buddy of mine 2 years ago in a Lawrence County Bass Club tournament caught one that was almost 9 pound out of here on a swim bait.
I figured I've seen them chase the trout before.
Yeah.
And but I've never done it.
They've got to eat it, but well, man, good luck, buddy.
Hey, yeah, you too. Nice to see you, Tyler.
See you.
Yeah. I'll look forward to the video.
Yeah, same.
I need to learn stuff about that, so I appreciate it. I appreciate your channel. I really do.
Yeah, like I said, no problem, man. I think I'm subscribed to you too.
Oh, well, you won't learn much from me, but I'm learning from you. And in fact, I bought those. Out of Grayson, you caught that real nice one, the crawl. I forget what it's called.
Chunk crawl.
Chunk crawl, yeah. I got 2 packs of those in my bag now. So.
Well, you might want to hold on to those things because Jackal discontinued them.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
I had a hard time finding them.
Yeah, they discontinued them. I don't know why, but.
Let me try and get some because I'm still learning everything. I have no, I've only had these kayaks this my 4th year, so.
Yeah.
I've got a lot to learn, but good luck, man.
See you, man.
Yes, sir. Thanks.
This point right here is where I started at this afternoon. Caught 2 fish right off the rip, and then I had a big one hooked right here. That's why I'm stopping here. We're losing light. It's 4:28. Not really losing light, but I'm going to be losing light soon. So I figured I'd come back in this way where the sun's still kind of shining on this bank. I feel like that's made a difference today when the sun's been shining. I literally have not thrown anything other than this jerkbait most of the day, and it's paid off. So again, this, obviously you've heard me say it 9,000 times this episode, but this Zoom Verno right here is it's a crazy new bait from Shimano. Like, I feel like that it's right up there on par with those mega bass jerk baits that we're all used to throwing. This thing, I love the way it works. It hunts really well. You can usually get it to come over sticks and stumps and things if you're careful with it. You can also, this thing, this 70 or 95 SP, again, only dives like 4 to 5 foot depending on the line that you have. I'm throwing this right now on 12-pound Sunline FC Sniper. And if you've never seen any of my videos before, this rod that I'm throwing this jerkbait on is a 1611 medium plus Poison Adrena A. I have it paired up with a Chronarch CI4 Plus, which is no longer made. It's one of the lightest reels that Shimano ever made. And it's been going strong, man. I love it. But this, I mean, today here at Greenbo has been a pretty stellar day. Again, I've only been out here 3 or 4 times in my life, and to come out here and catch 6 or 7 bass and have them be fairly decent size, you know, we're not killing them by any means, and they're not, you know, the whole title of this is trying to catch a PB this winter, and my PB or personal best is 6 pounds 8 ounces, and I know they live in this lake. Like, there is no doubt about it that they live here. I mean, there is some absolute hammers that live in this lake. They're just really hard to catch. It's just kind of the way that it goes. And you know, it's been a good day. I can't complain. Let's see if I can't catch another one or two before the end of the day, shall we? Another one. Oh man, boys. Greenbo is showing out today. It's not even that big. I'll tell you what, loving it. Freaking loving it. These little ones are loaded in here, boys and girls. Loaded. Oh man. That's cool. Maybe. I got an opportunity here. Really catch one this evening right here, headed back to the boat ramp. We might just turn into just find an absolute hammer. I saw that one on scope. That's awesome. Oh man, I watched him eat it. Oh my gosh, that's great. Maybe I shouldn't have left this spot all day today. Fish are a lot smaller, but they're here. That's classic. Little ones are stacked in here, son. Jeez, keep getting smaller instead of the other way around. I need them to get bigger, and they are not getting freaking tiny. Well, folks, there it is. Got a pretty good day out here at Greenbo Lake. Guys, heard me talking to Andy there a minute ago on the video. He has a YouTube channel. He's in our area. Go out and check him out. I'm going to link his YouTube channel in the description below. So go and check him out. He's out here trolling for trout today, which is really cool. I can't wait to see that video. It is getting cold here. I mean, frigid. It probably feels like it's 25 degrees. Anyway, good day here at Greenbo Lake. Can't beat a day like this in December. If you guys enjoyed this video, I'd appreciate it if you'd subscribe to my channel. It means more than that you'll ever know to me. Guys, you know the routine. If you can, get out there and lean on them. We'll see you next time on Another Line.